today's episode of MotoCheez.
The following movie is rated I.
What's up, boys? Gonna meet Fonzie today from Vintage Garage on YouTube. I'll put a link down below. Take the Brozz out and do some exploring. Pack lunch. Oh, it's gonna be a hot one today. Take the fishing pole. Let's see how the Brozz starts. Fonzie was right. It's gonna be a scorcher today. I think it said it's gonna hit 91 or something. Come on. Yeah, we gotta love the Brozz Recon. Still gotta fine tune this carburetor. And we're off. So Fonzie's got some pretty interesting videos on YouTube. He actually used to have a TV show. I think it was back in the 70s. We'll ask him about it. I didn't bring that other camera to do a comparison. I mean, I like the GoPro to video. The microphone block is a pain in the butt and sometimes it doesn't work, so that's my biggest pet peeve with GoPro. Or sometimes it doesn't want to work at all. Or to lock up. They had some pretty good deals going on a Hero 9 or 10, what is it? So the deals are on the oldest model because the new one's coming out. It's like 150 bucks off, but they want you to do a subscription. So yeah, I'm not doing it. Over half a tank should be fine. Yeah, so that Buck Rambo knife is a pretty good find I did on that e-bike, huh? I didn't check the tire pressures like an idiot. Fonzie's taking out the Honda Monkey. He's got a couple small, really cool little bikes. I've never seen one of them monkeys in person. They're 125s. I still like the chin mount camera. Definitely gives a better view. So Kirby ordered me up a water filtration system, an iron filter, and hopefully we can get that in this weekend. If it's done by then, I gotta go pick that up. Thank you, Kirby. And I'm still waiting for the contractors to call me to do my punch list on the house. So hopefully that'll be this week. So I'm meeting Fonzie here at Harbor Freight. Looks like I beat him. Oh no, there he is. He beat me. Good morning.
I brought a map. Do you want to, we just ride down and when we're at the pay station, I'll show you what the plan is?
Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah. Well, let's hope I don't crash.
Nah. Take your time. There's no rush.
I'm going to go up this way and then up that way.
Vintage Garage. Look at that. He's got extra gas and everything. Those are nice little bikes. Of course, if I had it, I'd put knobbies on it. This still has that little bit of lean spot when you just come off idle. I know. Gotta get on that. So much to do and so little time while I'm here. I think Boogie's right along. That's not bad. He says it'll do about 50 on the highways. Not bad for a 125. I can see why Fonzie wouldn't want to do any trails with that bike because of the tires that are on it. Sand is unforgiving. He's at 50, 54. I think the speed 55. I think the speedometer on this is a hair off anyway. Ah, that's moving along. Jeez, Fonzie. Tasty treats. Old CBR 600RR. Or maybe it's 1,000. Sounds like 1,000.
Is that a brand new one?
What's that?
Is that a brand new one?
It's about 1.5 years old.
Is that a hawk?
No, it's the Brozz. I'm MotoCheez. I do all the hawk videos. I think it's a CBR. He knows what the hawk is. There's the sheriff. Let's do the balance game. No feet down, boy, no cheating. Except I stalled it again. What a beautiful day. Look at all the blue skies. Bear crossing. Yep, there's bears down here. Okay. That's where the trail comes out, but it's blocked off. Or the road, rather. Ooh, look at that taco go. It's 60 miles an hour here, mister. It's only 424 miles on this. I guess my son doesn't ride it that much. Still brand new, not even broken in. Gotta change the oil at that 500 mile mark. I did once already. Yes, I used the oil that comes with it. Break it in for 50 to 100 miles. Because it's not the thin oil that they used to send years ago when they first got the Hawk. When I first got the Hawk, they always sent like a mineral oil in it. Kind of like a break-in oil. Not anymore. I even confirmed that with the manufacturer. People still want to go on and say that you got to change the oil first thing, which isn't a bad thing. Just don't use synthetic oil for your first 500 miles. Chassahowitzka Wildlife Management Area, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. I thought you said that wasn't fast. You were going pretty good. I think you got up to...
If I get in a tuck, maybe 55.
Oh yeah?
But the fastest is about 53.
Is it? I was showing like 60 on the speedometer, but I know this is 3 or 4 off.
Yeah, well, let's see. It used to be that if you're over 65, it was free.
I got a few more years for that.
Well, they got this no fee required.
That's great.
Okay, you want me to go through the map real quick?
Sure.
We're here, Rattlesnake Camp Road. That's the entrance. That's the only entrance. So anything that looks like an exit isn't. Either this is Fernando Sportsman's Club or that square is. The squares are private land. And I think maybe that little notch is Fernando Sportsman's Club. Come out, there's a fence right there. Yeah, if we have time, we'll go up there and you can, we can't get through the fence, but we'll be on the back side of Fernando Sportsman's Club. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in Rattlesnake Camp Road and we're going to take South Road down here, okay, and then we're going to end up at a T that's Old Bayport Road. That crosses private land and there's a gate there that we're not going to be able to get through. But it ends up at Bayport, which was a major port of Tampa 200 years ago. Before Port of Tampa, I mean it was the major port of Florida is what I meant to say. Very famous, and there's landmark signs and stuff down there. But we're not getting there today. We can't get through that. Right there where I've got an X, there's a gate. And we can't get out there, but that's where the EMTs come in when somebody dies at...
yeah, at that dive hole, right.
They got a shortcut in there. So we go down South Road to here, we go out here, and right about where that P is where Eagle's Nest is, where we can fish. Then we work back to that same place right here, South Road, and if you want to see more, we go out here and we go up this thing called Three Bridges Road. And it's very interesting, and it's in the shade with trees and stuff. I said there was only two water features. One is Eagle's Nest, and the other is right up here. That's Buford Springs. It's crystal clear and swimming. Half-mile hike in that we're not going to do. The reason this is called Three Bridges Road is because it's got three little bridges that are just planks that are 10 feet long each. There's little swamp streams running under them. We can do tanago fishing, which is a Japanese method of fishing, and instead of the object being the largest fish, the winner is the guy with the smallest fish.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Try to catch a fish that's about the size of a nickel. And I brought the tack.
I don't know if I have little tiny hooks with me.
I brought the tack.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And you fish with basically a bread bait. The hook is smaller than your fingernail. If your bait on the hook, you'll get a fish on every cast. They're about this big.
Little tiny minnows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're called mosquito fish. It's Gambia something or other. If we go up Three Bridges Road, this is the shortcut back to Gopher Road, which takes us to the entrance. So when we get back up here you can say, yeah, let's keep going. We just make this loop.
All right.
And then we'll go home.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, that's the plan.
I like the way you're set up. You got the extra fuel.
I'm not wearing my hearing aids that I usually wear.
Oh, I'll speak up.
No, it doesn't do any good to be louder. It's about clarity.
Oh, okay.
It's not about volume.
Is it the tone? Like high pitches or low pitches worse?
Women are worse. I can't hear women talk.
Higher pitch. Well, I can't either, but I guess that's a man thing.
We'll sit and have lunch, and then you want to take the monkey for a spin around the loop up there if you haven't ever driven a monkey.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. You could try that if it's a little tall.
No, it's too high for me.
Yeah.
I'll crash the thing.
That thing's been crashed by other people already.
Well, what's the matter?
So this adventure you could do in a car if you'd like, even an e-bike or a regular bike. They're groomed roads, so they're in pretty good shape. Actually, I went down here one time and went to that dive hole. What was that, about 2 years ago? And these roads were in pretty bad shape, had a lot of potholes, but they look pretty good now, so far. Of course I brought my lunch. Fat man's gotta eat. Made me a ham and Swiss cheese sandwich with mayo. And I brought a couple bottles of water. I knew the speedometer was off on this. He must have GPSed that, because usually almost every single motorcycle I've ever owned, the speedometer was fast. That must be an E Subaru. I didn't see a grill for air. E-car. E-car, as Rat would say. My old buddy Rat. Inside joke. We used to have a friend that we called Igor. And I don't even remember why. Next time I talk to Rat, he'll tell me. Looks like they manage this with fires to keep the low growth low. See that a lot around here in the forests. Saw a sign that there's bears in here. Maybe we'll see a bear, or a gator, or a snake, or the Sam Squanch, or the Florida man. Keep your eyes peeled, boys. Now I'm hungry. Think about that sandwich. Too bad it has all those side roads that we're not allowed to go on. And I thought this road went all the way to the Gulf. I guess not. Not unless you go to Pine Island. Oh, turkeys. They got babies. Yeah, they all went in a tree. Gobble, gobble. Oh, they're cute. Jive turkey. Browning Road. Fool's Sand Road.
I can believe it. 200 years ago, this was the major expressway in Florida.
This was?
Yeah. This was the only road in the whole area. And this was how you brought your goods to market.
Yeah.
This road to Bayport, you put them on a ship and send them where they're going. This road is about the oldest, one of the oldest roads from here south in Florida. But it was a major port before Tampa, I think. There was a lot of history out there.
That's pretty neat. One of the oldest roads in western Florida. Nice and cool through here. Old pavement. I wonder if that's from the original road after they stopped maintaining it. Oh, something ran across down there. Almost looked like a fox. Oh. Whatever it was, just ran in a little more. I'm sure you're not going to be able to see it with the camera. Pick that Bud Light bottle up on the way out. You know what I got to say about that? More than one thing.
Bayport Road, continuation of that, the main highway.
Oh wow. Did you see that fox or whatever cross?
No.
Yeah, it was up ahead. I looked in the woods, it was still there, and then it took off, but I don't think I'll be able to see it zooming in with the GoPro. Good, because I'm starving. Oh, look at that, a little restroom. Someone was doing some dog nuts out here. I got something for you, too. I got a key tag for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
The bag ripped on it, but
proudly.
thank you. They're getting you ready. See that?
Yeah, I got horseflies.
Holy cow. They didn't come after me yet. Thank you.
About somebody steal. Start by going down 300 feet, and then you go into these caves. And that's, so in order to get down to the caves, you can't even use scuba gear. You've got to have special stuff with, you know, different gases and
Right, to go that deep,
to
right.
go that deep. And the cave system is pretty extensive, and that's, people get in there and get lost.
Yeah, and a lot of them die, I heard.
Not a lot. Couple every other year.
That's quite a bit.
And but here's a map of the cave system. And see how they call it a sink instead of a spring?
Yeah, probably a sinkhole.
Yeah.
310 feet. They have to decompress on the way back.
I don't know, sometimes I've been here and the scum is wall to wall.
Yeah.
Okay,
got a little...
now the thing is, I put an under camera water here,
Yeah.
and I threw out a little piece of bread, and I had 500 of these bluegills
No kidding.
eating the bread.
I'm surprised there's no bass in here.
There might be.
Yeah.
The problem is you're going to snag all this.
Yeah. I got a couple bass lures that aren't too bad. Sometimes they'll float over the top.
Okay, well,
It's
you
worth a
figure
cast.
out what you're going to rig up, and you rig up. You ought to at least catch a bluegill. Could do some tanago fishing. See that one there that's about the size of a nickel?
Yeah.
That's a trophy if you can catch that.
That's pretty warm. So tell me about Vintage Garage.
Do you want the story or not?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. I gotta get a good picture of both these bikes first.
In my late teens, early 20s, I lived in Miami and I worked at European Motors. Prior to that, starting at about age 4 or 5, my dad would take me every Saturday morning and we'd either go to the auto parts store or the hardware store or the lumber yard. And every Saturday he'd work with me teaching me mechanics or house repairs or things like that every Saturday until I was about 16, something like that. And then I worked at McDonald's as my first job at 16. It was store number 14. And it was a brand new store that just opened. I moved to Miami when I was 18. and I worked nights at a place called European Motors. They repaired British and French cars, a few German cars, and Datsuns. That was the only Japanese car at the time that was there. And Volkswagens they worked on, but mostly British cars, MGs and Triumphs. That's where I really got seriously into car repairs. But it was British cars. And that just led to an interest in Triumph and Norton motorcycles. From mid-20s until 65, my whole motorcycle interest was Nortons and Triumphs. I also had a friend that I met about the same time, 10 years ago. The woman that's in some of my videos that I call Lightfoot. She's a neighbor, and she had a scooter. It was Eagle 150, but she didn't have a motorcycle license. She was just riding it illegally in her neighborhood. But it got stolen or something happened to it. She was feeling all sad about losing her scooter, and I said, well, maybe I ought to find some scooters and start repairing them. And so I looked on Craigslist, and first scooter I found that was cheap, like $200 or $100 with a Florida title, but it was broken, non-running, was a Honda Gyro. It's a little three-wheel thing. It's not a trike.
I've never seen one.
Well, you're going to get to ride one later.
Oh, nice.
Not today, but...
yeah, when we meet up again.
When we meet up again. But it's a little tiny 50cc two-stroke. You have to be able to balance it. It's got three wheels, but if you get off, it'll fall over. Lean the back wheels stay on the ground.
Okay.
So you can go really fast through turns. But anyways, they're made by Honda and made in Japan. I got a Honda SA50, it's called, and I got two, and I gave them to Lightfoot so she'd have transportation. They were 50 cc's, and it was legal for her to drive with a Florida license. When I was all Triumph and Nortons, I was making trips to England to go to the factories and buy parts and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But then when I got into Honda scooters, I was making trips to Japan all the time. And when I was in Japan, there was two motorcycles that I saw that really interested me. One was a Super Cub 110, and another one was called a Cross Cub 110. And a Cross Cub was a cross between a Super Cub and an off-road thing. It's still step-through like a Super Cub, but it didn't have leg shields and so on. It was meant for trail riding, sort of, but they weren't available in the U.S. So I just longed and longed and longed to have a Super Cub or for a Cross Cub. Then I couldn't get one. I made a trip to Bermuda and rented a scooter, and it was a PGO scooter, 50cc PGO. So as soon as I got back to America, I said, well, I never heard of PGO scooters. Let me see what that is. Well, it turns out that's what Genuine Buddies are. Genuine Buddy there was a company still in business in Chicago called Genuine, and they import PGO scooters rebranded as Buddy. And the Buddy 50 is still a two-stroke, and they're still importing them today and still selling them. But then that led me into Taiwan scooters. And so I started making trips to Taiwan to look at scooters. And that's when I discovered Sim, TGB, PGO, and Kimco. So then I started collecting those scooters. And I had about a dozen Taiwanese scooters. And I was making trips to Taiwan every year to get scooter parts and look for scooters. Okay, well, as soon as I got back, I still have two Sim motorcycles, and they're copies of Super Cubs.
Oh, okay.
So it was the closest thing I could get to a Super Cub 110 was a Simba 103 or something like that. The quality's not as good, but the ride is very similar. So the next year, Honda announces the Super Cub 125. And I said, oh, man.
Finally, right?
Finally.
Yeah, how many years?
And so I went down to Love Honda, bought the first one that came in.
Oh, nice.
All of a sudden, the whole focus changed because Grom, the Super Cub, the Monkey, all the successive lines, they're made in Thailand now. So I said, all right, I got to start going to Thailand. And so I started going to Thailand and going to there's 30 Honda distributorships all over Thailand. They're called Cub House.
No kidding.
And it's a combination of a coffee house and a Honda shop.
Oh, that's neat.
But they only sell this line of 125 Hondas, Super Cub, Monkey, Dax, and trail they call a CT-125. That's
the CT.
4 models.
They've been out for years, too.
Yeah. The next year I bought another Super Cub, and then lo and behold, the next year Honda announced the Trail 125 in the U.S., which was the closest I was going to get to a Cross Cub 110.
Wow.
Basically the same thing. It's like a step-through Super Cub with no fairing and made for off-road, more off-road, but also a mixed use. The tires aren't knobby, they're
50-50, like?
Yeah, sort of 50-50. So,
and fuel injected.
Fuel injected.
Yeah.
The Super Cubs are fuel injected too.
Right.
I mean, the ones in Japan weren't, the 110s were carbureted.
Oh, really?
I think so. As soon as they announced the Trail, I got a Trail.
Had to have one. Right.
Got the first one at Love Honda.
Nice.
Next one was the next year, got another one. So then I was 2 Super Cubs and 2 Trail 125s. So then the next year, the Monkey was introduced to America, so I got the one and only one that Love Honda got that year.
Wow.
And then the next year, for 2023, there was one came in, but the guy had dibs on it. He had dibs going from the previous year. He wanted a black one, and they only had one black, and it was the one I bought. So he ended up with the only one that Love Honda got this year, which was the yellow one.
Oh, they only get one?
Well,
the dealers are given?
Honda dealers are divided into what's called powerhouse dealers and regular dealers. And a powerhouse dealer only sells Hondas, and they sell a lot of them.
Okay.
And Love Honda sells
multiple brands, right?
And so they get sort of
whatever
Honda
they give them,
right?
Oh, that stinks.
And the powerhouse dealers might get 3 or 4 of every model. Last year they had a batch of Trail 125s come in, either 3 or 4 in the same shipment, like the Honda was clearing out the inventory for the new ones. Okay, so now I've got dibs. I've already put down a deposit for the first 2023
nice
Trail 123, and they're green in color, which I've been wanting anyways, because I want to make it set up for trail riding more than, and red is kind of bright to scare away animals.
Green is definitely better blended with the environment.
So that's basically the evolution from Triumph and Nortons to small Honda 50cc scooters to a whole phase of Taiwanese stuff, and now to Honda 125 stuff made in Thailand. So I just got back from a trip to Thailand in December, went to a bunch of cub houses, went riding with a bunch of YouTube guys in Thailand, and it's a little difficult. You're riding on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
But
I've been to Bahamas.
All I did was I didn't lead. I just followed. And if a guy went through an intersection, I just trusted him.
Oh, yeah, you had to. Right.
Because
just like you're hooked on a rope.
I didn't know whether to look left or right.
Right.
So my plan was, if he makes it, I'm making it.
Yeah.
The sun is bright. It's in your eyes. I'm just following.
Well, what about the show, that TV show you had that I saw on YouTube?
Say it again?
Little TV show that you did. Vintage Garage.
20 years ago when I lived in Maryland before I retired.
Yeah.
And that was before YouTube. And the cable TV station sort of had a requirement that they also had to be public service or something like that. So everyone had a public access channel. And you could submit videos, and if it was any good, they'd accept it. Part of the requirement was you had to go to their class to learn how to make a story that was interesting to people to watch.
Right.
And every show had to be about a half hour long because you were in a half-hour segment.
Right.
And so there was good time pressure. Every Friday I had to turn in my half-hour show, week after week after week.
How many weeks did you go?
It was a 13-week season, and I did 2 seasons. They've all got about 6 views. Nobody's interested in that stuff. It was all about British racing cars. I mean, I saw your one from last night where you mentioned the ride today.
Yeah.
But I can't edit that quickly. I mean, you edit that in a day. And me,
well, that was just a tiny video.
Video, it takes me 3 or 4 days to edit it and a day to upload it. I'm in a hiatus now because every day I'm waiting for a call from Love Honda to say my Green Trail 125 came in.
Yeah.
And as soon as it does, I've got accessories, 50
already
50
picked out.
Already did load. And I've already got all the videos all planned.
So any day you're going to get a call on.
any day or 2 months from now or whatever. Well, you rig up.
Yeah.
And
I'll just do this one.
Worst comes to worst, you're going to catch bluegill
sorry.
with a piece of ham sandwich.
Put my little spinner bait on.
Well, my tackle box broke on the ride.
Oh, darn, yeah.
This is the rod. I'm not going to rig up until we get up to Three Bridges Road. That's basically it.
Oh, wow.
And all you do is you fish like that.
Oh, what is that?
It's a lollipop that they sell in the 7-Elevens in Thailand. Every 7-Eleven in Thailand sells them.
Not bad. I don't think there's any bass in here.
Nothing?
Nah.
Yeah, take that off.
Of course. Oh, got one.
Got one. All right, you got it on camera.
Yeah.
Successful trip.
That's a beaut.
Well, now I think you got the right setup so you could catch a fish of cast if you wanted to.
Right.
So we're probably done fishing.
Now we could just feed them.
Oh, man.
Since they were good sports, huh?
Now you've made friends for life.
Let them tear it up. Got to give some for the minnows, too.
What was the secret? Getting it deeper or
Letting it go.
letting them go?
Just let it hit the water and sink all the way down, and one attacked it.
I put on in the video I made here, that's when I knew there was 500 bluegills.
Boy. I think some of the minnows might be getting swallowed up while they're coming after it. Oh, he took a minnow, I think.
Okay. Go back to the... Well, instead of going right to go out to the entrance, we'll go left.
Oh, the horn don't work. I'm gonna grab that. I said I would. Oh. Oh, is that a tortoise? Sure is. What's up? Gopher tortoise. Got to see a little wildlife. That is a cool little bike. No Sam squanches yet.
The only time I ever saw a bear was I went down to check out this, and the road just ends. A quarter mile down there, there's a turnaround loop. But you know, again, you can't get out. But as I was going down that road, a bear crossed the road.
See that gopher tortoise?
No, I didn't. Is that what you stopped for?
I got the garbage.
Oh,
There was one in the middle of the road I saw coming out, so I grabbed it.
my eyesight's not very good. I didn't even see the gopher tortoise.
Fonzie's a pretty interesting guy, huh? TW. All the guys keep trying to talk me into getting a TW. Although I do like them and they're very nice. Just not into them yet. But they're growing on me slowly. I just have so many bikes. I mean, for me, I'd rather have the Grom clone than a TW. I know my fuel looks low, but believe me, there's a lot in there. The gas gauge is off. I got a lot of people asking me, the Hawk or the Brozz? When we're talking about the standard Hawk 250, the Brozz wins hands down. When you're talking about the Hawk DLX with the fuel injection, inverted forks, then that's a pretty tough one to call. It all comes down to what kind of bike you want. I like tinkering with my bikes, so I like the carbureted bikes, to be honest, but the fuel injected bikes are nice if you just want to jump on it and drive. So it really comes to preference. So the only thing that the Brozz 250, and this is of course the Brozz Recon, has over the Hawk is the counterbalance engine. So I mean, you choose whether you rather have fuel injection or counterbalanced engine for less vibration. I gotta ask Fonzie if he saw that new CRF 150. Those are popular. I don't think he likes the taller bikes, but I bet you that 150 is not very tall. Everybody says it looks like the Hawk, and they're about 3,800. Might have to take a ride to the Honda dealership and check them out. It's always so much cooler in the shade. Three Bridge Road.
We're going to come to Buford Springs, and we'll stop there for a second. That's the place where you got to walk a half mile to get to. The next thing we get to is Three Bridges. Okay?
All right. Wonder what happened to the horn. Probably pulled the wire. That's common on these. We're gonna have to check it when we stop. If I remember, I'll probably forget. I am getting hungry. Didn't eat no breakfast. Oh, looks popular.
This is regular scuba diving, crystal clear. Also a lot of snorkeling. The spring is only the size of this parking lot. It's not a monster, but it's crystal clear and you can just see the water bubbling up. And so there must be an outflow going out toward the sea. Okay, but you also see bikinis down there sometimes. And it's definitely worth the walk, and it ends up on a boardwalk with signs explaining the spring, and much like the Eagle's Nest, you know, that shows where the caves are and stuff like that.
It's about a half-hour walk.
Yeah, less than that, 15 minutes. It's an easy walk.
So half a mile, quarter mile.
Yeah, quarter mile. And the water temperature is always the same, 72.
Yeah, the springs, yeah, they're cool.
There's going to be 3 bridges here. And the problem is figuring out where to park where you don't block the road.
I see one.
Now, there's no micro fishing here. There's no water.
Yeah, we're kind of in a drought.
No water here either.
No. Dragonfly. Where did the fish go? In the mud?
I think we might be able to catch one here.
Look at this banana spider. Well, that's a big one. Look at that. Well, he's a beauty. Yeah, I don't think getting one of them across my face would feel too good. I never cross a trail sometimes, as Brad said.
My mentor on this is a guy named Mansingh Tanago, and he has a website, and I'll send you the link to it. He's in Indonesia, and he's the guy that taught me this. You put the rod all the way out, okay, and you hold it up in the air, and you just let that drop. The whole trick on the bait is to try to keep it on the hook. You're going to try to put the bait on the hook. I don't even know if I can see it. And have the hook go through the bait so it stays on.
And I wrap it over it?
Yeah. And then the results will happen fast, so you have to be ready.
Okay.
You don't exactly have to strike, but you have to lift up. Okay, now one more thing.
Yeah.
If you catch one, you show it off in your palm.
Okay.
Okay? And then you very carefully unhook it and very gently release it.
Okay.
And since it's a drop, you can just drop it.
All right.
But you don't throw it in, you show respect.
Right.
Okay? The bobber is, you're not going to actually float the bobber. You just...
You got little ones that are going after it already. Oh, they took it. They pulled it off.
Okay.
And took off on me.
To strike, you have to lift up fast.
There's hardly even a hook on that thing. It goes down, and then it starts to bend, and then it stops. Is that normal?
That's normal.
Okay.
It's still got the hook on it. I'm going to spray down again.
I'm going to put the bread up a little higher to see if I could trick him.
It happens fast. I mean, as soon as the thing gets in the water, if you feel anything, just lift up quickly. Just do it now.
Oh.
You got to lift up much quicker than that.
I didn't even feel anything.
Not gonna. You have to set the hook in their flesh.
Okay. No. I must not be putting it on right. They took it off again.
As it gets in, just pull up. And just by luck, it's almost like fly fishing. Sometimes you catch a fish when you don't actually see the strike.
So just go in and out then. Oh no. See, they're pulling it right off. It's kind of crumbling a little. Oh, yeah, see?
It already came off?
Yeah, it's like it's not moist enough.
Okay.
It's kind of, it's almost like crumbling.
Okay, that's good.
I remember fishing for carp when you'd make up a dough ball like that. Yeah, I think it was a little dry because it wouldn't compress and stay. It was almost powdering.
Okay, try that.
I can feel them hitting it.
Jerk up faster.
Oop.
There you go, just like that.
Oh, they lost it. I think it knocked it off.
Don't worry if it jerks the bait off. See what's on the other side. Jerk.
Oop.
That's a good jerk.
I pulled it right off. I thought you were calling me a jerk.
Weren't they swimming around it?
No, they just came up to it just when I pulled up. There was nothing there for a while.
Well, I told you too soon, so I'm going to leave you on your own.
Still a little tiny piece they're going after.
I don't think there's any bait now.
Yeah, there's a tiny one. Little tiny piece. Oh, I just had one. It swam away with. Oh, see?
Pull up. Might be on.
No, I had him.
It's not, huh?
Oh, I got one. Did you see that? It came off.
Oh.
It was about that big.
Yeah, well, that would have been a trophy. Boy, the mosquitoes and flies are killing me.
Might have the technique here. Let's see. Oh, nah, almost had him. How do you gut one of these things? Oh, oh, almost had that one. Oh, there's a bear. There's a bear right there. I heard them. Oh, two of them. Or no, they're boars. I heard them.
I saw them walk through in the sun.
I think there's one, yeah. There's one.
This way.
There's one right here. He's by the tree still. There he goes.
Yeah, it was full size.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bear at first. It was so big. You know, like a little bear. Huh, they're not even going after it now.
Okay, all done?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
maybe next time.
It's just a slip knot.
Yeah, I see it.
So,
Boy, these deer flies are vicious, huh? They found us now. You don't have another rubber band to hold that closed, huh?
yeah, that's all right.
Boy, there's a lot of deer fly around now. How come you ain't catching them deer fly? Go all the way down. See wild boar and turkey and a gopher turtle. Oh, darn it, didn't fix my horn. I'm starving now. Starving Marvin. That was a big boar. Thought it was a bear until I saw the one following it. It was a smaller boar. Pull up to the hitching post. This is it. I gotta throw this out too. I gotta do both hands. Wow. Jesus. Some bees in there.
Full of bees?
Oh yeah, look at them flying around.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, I smashed my sandwich.
You also have hockey sticks from Japan and Thailand. So you have your choice of strawberry or cookies and cream.
I'll try the strawberry.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's a real treat in Asia. Every 7-Eleven has them.
And it's written in English.
It's just a pretzel that they dip in. It's a pretzel stick they dip in flavored covering.
Thank you. My sandwich got shaped to my water bottle. Yeah, them deer fly were getting bad.
Need a scissors to open them. They, I don't know if you can tear it open without using your teeth.
Huh, they don't give you a little rip mark, huh?
No, it's pretty tough.
I got it. Pokey sticks. Ooh,
Yeah,
smells
well,
strawberry.
One end is just pretzel. That's the one that you hold, and then it's got a flavor coating on the rest of it.
Looks like a sparkler.
No.
That's pretty good.
You can get them at the international aisle in Walmart. I think they say made in Thailand or something. Yeah, product of Thailand, it says.
Yep, product of Thailand.
It's a trail bike with turn signals, so it's street legal. Well, they have white and they have black, and I like the white, and they had the white. Relatively inexpensive and really pretty. XR150L, dual-purpose motorcycle. No, I was in the forum, I was drooling over the thing, all ready to just say, well, it's too tall for me.
They say it looks like that, the Chinese style, and the hawk and stuff.
Yeah, a lot like a CRF.
Right.
And what I liked about it was the seat height was 1 inch lower, but it's still way too tall for me. Right now we're behind Hernando Sportsman's Club. Sportsman's Club's right over there. When they're open and you're sitting here, you hear gunfire. Okay, so I'm leading us back to the exit. I might as well lead up 19 too, that way you know how fast you can go.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
If a bear watched us do this, they'd learn how to do it, you know?
Right.
Oh, I was going to let you drive the monkey. Stop.
Oh yeah, I'll take it for a ride.
It's 1 down and 4 up 5-speed.
Yeah, like the Grom.
Yeah.
The new Grom, I should say. Fuel injected.
Yeah. 1 down and 4 up.
Oh, this is low. Ride's pretty good though. Yeah, ride's good. Kind of like my Grom. It's actually smoother than the Grom because I think the seat is more cushy.
Here we go.
I was gonna blow my horn before when I was picking that bottle up, and I think it unplugged. It wasn't working. It's plugged in. Slow down, Fonzie. Horn's plugged in, just doesn't work. Have to figure that one out. Oh, that's good. Thought I was losing my fishing pole. I felt it poking me in the back. Thought I had a male passenger. Must have done a controlled burn there. What the heck is going on with this thing? Riding down because I don't have my lunch in there. I almost rather see it a jungle. Let it grow. There's got to be a reason. Oh, it looks like it's still smoking over there. One of the trees, yep. Oh yeah, it's burning from the inside out. Like a chimney. And here's where we came in. That was a fun ride. Got to see some wild animals and a banana spider. He likes it. Oh, if I had the Corvette, show you a thing or two. Can't believe they have tannin booths down here.
What about Homosassa Trail? Is that out of the way for you?
No, we can go that way. My parents live right here, so that's usually the back way I take too.
Well, when we get to 44, I'm going to go right.
Okay. Armadillo. I haven't seen a live one around here yet. Good, I can fill up the gas now.
I'm thinking that might be quicker for you, right?
Well, that way is faster because once I come out to 44, I got to take a left.
Anyways, we're saying goodbye. Well, I enjoyed the ride. Thanks
Me too.
for suggesting it.
Thanks for the tour.
Okay.
We'll do it again.
Well, I want to send you a link to a guy named Mansing Kanango.
Okay.
He's got a website, and it's all about microfishing.
Okay.
He lives in Indonesia, and he's real poor. And he worked and worked and worked to get 1,000 subscribers so he could monetize.
Oh, wow.
And so he managed to do that, but it would be good to mention that we used his egg and cracker bait or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Take it easy.
Take care.
empty. Still haven't had to turn it on reserve. Right now, there's probably a little less than a quarter of a tank when it hits empty. Yeah, see, had over a gallon left. These are like 3.5 gallon tanks. Told us so. Oh, she was gonna let me go and then didn't. That wasn't too good. Nice job. Recon running good. Ooh, she's powdery. Got some deep grooves too. Sometimes faster is better. Just hurts a little more when you go down. Good ride, Brozz. It's a hot one today. I almost kicked my bag off.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.